Bryant Haynes in the black and gray Wild Bunch, Two Brothers Muay Thai trunks. Referee, Rob Mooney. Touch the gloves.
Will Baker was saying yesterday, he said, man, I know Bryant's got good jiu-jitsu. Or, I know Bryant's got good kickboxing and Muay Thai. I'm going to test his jiu-jitsu tomorrow night.
Right away, Will
Beautiful
Baker,
takedown.
Really
Good knee.
great time takedown there. But Bryant Haynes bounces right back up.
He's trying to pummel back in on that right side. It's there. I don't know why.
Bryant Haynes got a full body lock here right now.
Yeah, Will's got to pummel back in. He was trying to pummel back in to get that underhook, and he just gave up on it. There he is right there. Get in.
Good knee.
Good knee.
Right
Beautiful knee.
Will Baker. Baker on this single leg. Bryant says no. Good hips right there from Will Baker. Bryant Haynes starting to pull the head down. Reset here to the center.
This is where Bryant wants it, man. He wants to stay standing. He wants to show off his Muay Thai.
Well, and he's got good jiu-jitsu. He's got good wrestling, but he wants to show off his Muay Thai. 1-2 from Bryant Haynes. You see a mouse under the left eye of Bryant Haynes right away.
Yep.
Baker feinting a jab out there. A lot of movement going on between both fighters right now.
It's a chess game, man.
Yeah, so many aspects to this puzzle.
Yeah. These guys really do look like pros. You know, they don't look like amateurs. They're feigning. They're picking their shots. They're not throwing to throw. Yeah, the first 45 seconds was kind of crazy, but they've settled down in the fight, and here they go. And Will Baker, man, he's good everywhere. You know, everybody wants to talk about how good his jiu-jitsu is. His stand-up's just as good.
Yes.
Oh, good. That was a good body shot to a cross by Bryant Haynes, our champ.
The leg kick finding a home for Will Baker early on in this fight.
And I hadn't seen a counter to that leg kick yet. He's eating them. Oh, nice body kick. Will's putting it on Bryant. He's got him backpedaling.
Will Baker coming forwards.
Yeah, he is. He hurt him.
Oh, Bryant Haynes looked like he was flinching up a bit there, but Bryant's in on this body lock. Baker going for a big body toss. Good takedown there from Bryant Haynes. Perfectly timed. Could not have been a better position for Bryant. And Bryant's climbing up on the back. Oh, is this in?
No, he's not. He's not in yet. Good job
of Will Baker, and he turns and throws.
Both of these guys are durable, man. Boom!
Body kick for Bryant Haynes. Will Baker running forwards. Derek Despinette yelling for Bryant Haynes to circle out. Big shots for Bryant and Will Baker. These guys are throwing Hail Marys.
No breaths in between, just throwing. Can somebody please tell these guys this is a 5-round fight?
You think these guys are going to go to the 5th round? No shot.
Heck no.
Oh,
good
slip
shot.
And rip right there for Bryant Haynes. But Will Baker throws back.
Boom. They're landing. They're tit for tat.
My
good
gosh,
first round. Beautiful first round.
These dudes are awesome. My God, both guys rocked in that first round. Great moments for both fighters. It's going to be hard to keep this pace up.
There's no way. There's no way. If so, I mean, that's unbelievable. But both of these guys had shining moments in this fight, right? I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know on that first round. I'm not even going to say.
No,
All I'm going to say is I'm excited to be calling this fight. That first round was kick-ass, man.
There you go. Right away, opening moments of the first round. Will Baker with a really nice time blast double. You see Bryant Haynes backpedaling and landing big shots, but Will Baker just pushing forwards.
But we saw Bryant in his last fight, his title defense fight, man. It was a back-and-forth brawl for 5 rounds. So we know he's got that dog in him, and we know what Will's got about him too, man. I don't see the second round being any different. I think they might slow it down the second round, and you kind of saw there was like moments, like the first 45 seconds of the fight, they were all at each other. Then they slowed it down. In the last 30, 45 seconds, they were back at it tit for tat.
First time Will Baker's ever been out of the first round. Bryant Haynes has gone 5th round decision before. What an interesting fight.
So this is new territory for Will Baker. He's never been to the second.
Correct. And just the intellect in me has to wonder how long can Will Baker just mercilessly push forwards as he did in that first round.
I think when he was pushing forward, he was landing a lot too. Bryant, he's like, man, I'm coming. Let's go. Oh. But also, if you'll look at that left leg of Bryant Haynes, our champ, man, it's getting
early.
blue.
As we mentioned, big jab lands there,
was.
wobbles Will Baker. But we mentioned early that Will Baker was finding a home for that leg kick.
Yeah. There he goes
it is
again.
And that kick is so fast for Will Baker.
It is.
Oh, straight left lands. And Baker throws back. Derek Dispinette telling Bryant Haynes in this one more gym red corner, tighten up.
Oh.
Big
Good
inside
kick.
leg kick, just timed nicely to
Good
off balance.
takedown.
Bryant Haynes with a big takedown.
Beautiful time takedown by Bryant Haynes. We're here as corner saying, hey, man, you need to keep your hands off the mat. We talked about that earlier tonight.
And that's Jacob Hall coaching Bryant Haynes in his corner now. Jacob, of course, 3-0, really good wrestler himself.
Right.
And this is best case scenario for Bryant Haynes right now. Full mount.
Full mount looks like he was going for the key lock.
Bad spot right here for Will Baker to be in with his head on the cage. Full
But,
mount.
being right here, right, and being suffocated, it is suffocating.
Yes.
But any of the blows, you're not going to do any damage here. You're just laying on him. If I was Will, I wouldn't be worried about it too much. But while he's doing this, I would be trying to shrink back in, get into half guard, at least improving my position.
And meanwhile, Bryant Haynes has 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining in this second round. He can definitely secure this second round and work on doing more damage to lead into the third.
And then that's got to be a confidence booster going into the third. He's like, man, you know what? I controlled the whole second round. I had a really good time takedown, and I feel like I can control Will. And that's got to be a confidence booster going into the third round, if we do go into the third round. Which way it's going, I believe we will. But you know how Bryant is, man. You figured he would try to posture up and try to finish the fight.
Well, he knows he's got a dangerous opponent in Will Baker. Baker doing a good job of getting on a hip right here. Yeah, you can't really throw the baby out with the bathwater when you have someone that can finish you at any moment, as either fighter can.
Yep.
Bryant doing.
And there's a chance too, losing position too. He postures up. There's the sweeps there and everything else. So
Bryant Haynes doing a good job. He's trying to isolate that left hand, pin it with his knee. Just had a hip explosion right there for Will Baker. And Baker's up.
Here we go. Good teep by Bryant.
Baker with the big jab right away. And Baker's trying to earn this round back.
Bryant is not giving him any air to breathe.
We never got a.
We never got it in the first round either. Never got a 10-second bell.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that means a lot. That's so annoying when these commissions don't do that. That means a lot to the referee and the fighters. Nonetheless, great second round there for Bryant Haynes.
Well, also definitely the fighter, but really, more importantly, the referee as well, man.
Yes, it's a big deal for the ref,
especially in a high-profile title fight. Even though this is an amateur fight, a guy gets rocked. As a referee, you know he's got 2 seconds left.
Right.
You might not stop the fight because he's got 2 seconds, saved by the bell type situation. But
not sure why that just stopped happening. We need to get that back going if possible. But nonetheless, again, great takedown for Bryant Haynes there. Really dominant control. About 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes almost of control in that second round for Bryant Haynes. And as we said, Will Baker never been in the second round, so he's in the third round now. I mean, what's he got to be thinking?
I think he's trusted his training. He's trusted his cardio. I don't think he's tired. I think he won the first round. I said I wasn't going to say that, but I think he won the first round. Bryant definitely won the second, so I think he's thinking, hey, man, you know what? I put myself in that situation. He came in with a good, timely shot. He kind of got wild. He got overextended. Bryant shot in. And I think his coaches tell him, hey, man, be smart. Pick your shots. When you're moving and you're creating the angles, you're doing really good and you're scoring on your shots.
Third of a potential 5 rounds coming up. The cage door is locked. Referee Rob Mooney waving these guys on. Right away, Will Baker claims the center. Jab lands for Baker.
You see, that's the thing, right? Will Baker needs to stay on the outside. What he's doing is he's penetrating with his punches and getting so close into the range that Bryant wants to be at. Bryant's got the takedowns there, and that's when Bryant's countering and he's landing his counters.
Haynes feints a teep. Baker throws the jab that misses. Haynes back down to the body.
I mean, that hair's got to be getting in his eyes, man.
They tried to tie it up in the second round, and now Bryant Haynes catches the kick, looking for a big takedown here.
Great takedown defense by Will Baker. He's got the overhook, and he posted out. Good job, beautiful job. And look, them leg kicks are starting to add up, man. He just threw a hard one right before that transition or that exchange right there. Good jab by Bryant.
Yeah,
he needs
Baker
to double
moved
that
it out
up.
of the way, though.
Yeah, he did.
Nice level change there from Bryant Haynes. And I think this is what we're going to see more and more as this fight goes on, is Haynes getting this fight to the ground.
Well, I think he's realizing, like, hey, man, you know what? I can take this man down.
Yes.
And I do very well when I take him down. Standing up is kind of tit for tat.
Right.
Taking him down, I feel like that I'm neutralizing the whole fight, right? I'm controlling the fight. And like you said, if it goes in the latter rounds, I'm pretty sure his corner's going to tell him, hey, man, look for that takedown, time it out perfectly, and do what you do. And that's what he's doing. Controlling the fight.
Jacob Hall in the one more gym red corner telling Bryant Haynes, cross face, keep your hands off the mats, and we see again Bryant Haynes onto full mount here. And again, a minute and 20 seconds in this third round. Bryant has all day right here.
He's in no rush, man. He's like, look, I'm winning the fight. I'm controlling. I'm not gonna rush anything or try to. Oh, there he goes again. Will Baker again out.
And that was Will Baker's escape from the mount in the first round. Just an explosion. Bryant was on the guillotine there, but Baker's out. He passed the side control.
Well, Bryant got complacent for a second, right? He exploded out. He, like you said, he did that in the second round as well. Now let's see how good Will Baker's top game is. Everybody talks about it, right?
Right.
Talks about how good his top game is, how good his jiu-jitsu is. Here we go. Let's see if he can control Bryant like Bryant was controlling him.
Bryant Haynes in this half guard position with his head on the cage. Again, Chris Lytle says it so often. Bottom half guard, great place to be in jiu-jitsu. Horrible place to be in MMA.
Yep, exactly. And I think he's content here, right? He's not even trying to step over to side control or anything. He's good with the half guard here.
Haynes able to work it in. Looked like maybe a butterfly guard, but Will Baker passes again to this half guard on the other side.
Oh, there he goes, posturing up. And Bryant's out. Good job, Bryant.
Haynes is wrestling, wrestling.
Good job. There's no 10-second bell.
Yeah, we need to get that sorted. Maybe ask Bobby Wambacher, why is that not happening? Because that definitely needs to happen. Nonetheless, back and forth, third round there. You could argue to score that for either fighter.
Yeah, on that one, I'm tossed up, man. I don't know. It was back and forth. I felt like the beginning of the round, Bryant was winning the fight. The end of the round, Will was winning. That's a tit for tat, 50-50 right there. And you know what? If this does go to a decision, that third round could really be the deciding factor on who wins this fight.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty clear that it was 1-1 going into the third round. And here you see in the corner Nick Hubler-Scherf and Jeff Robeson giving good advice to Will Baker. Will Baker goes from having never been out of the first round to now being into the fourth round. You see Jeff Robeson over there patting down the legs. Championship rounds now for these fighters. Seconds out, fourth of a potential 5 rounds coming up. And both these guys look fresh as ever.
1-1. I don't know about the third, man.
Yeah, that's anybody's third round, in my opinion.
I think that could be the deciding factor. Man, look, you don't want to go and try to predict the future, but I don't see a finish from either one of these guys. I think they're going to sit here and beat the hell out of each other for another 2 rounds. Great leg kick. I mean, his leg kicks are sharp, man.
Yes. And Will Baker, I like he's changing levels. He's up and down.
Armbar. You got the arm? I can't see.
Bryant's fighting it. He comes out the back door.
Man, I'm impressed with Bryant's catch wrestling. It's really good.
The Bryant passes all the way to side control. Got in on a good takedown there. Will Baker went for the submission before the position. Led him to be in this. Well, he's reclaimed half guard now. Jacob Hall calling for short, choppy punches right here to the body, to the head. Nothing big. They know that Will Baker's. I mean, he is an athlete. Will Baker. He's able to explode out of these positions.
Well, we've seen the last 2 rounds, man. He waits till Bryant gets a little complacent, and then he's exploding out with the underhook. So.
Looks like Will Baker's trying to fight for a guillotine here. Almost.
The bomb flew.
If Haynes is able to pass over to side control, yeah, and there he's out. Haynes pins the knees down and knee slices his left knee through. This is about 3/4 mount.
He's about to get the mount right there.
Yep. And Will Baker just right away explodes, and he gets it right away.
Job, yeah.
And now Bryant Haynes on an underhook. The seated position, though, Haynes has to get to his feet, and they're right here in this corner, the B2 Digital Blue
right
corner.
Here with that right underhook, right? He's got to jack that thing up and start cage walking up. He can't just sit here.
And Will Baker going to town here with this ground and pound, starting to ignite this crowd.
Good head position by Will Baker.
Bryant Haynes says that knee looked low. Oh, big throw for Bryant Haynes.
Beautiful throw by Bryant Haynes. Back to mount. Well, 3/4 mount. He's going to mount right now. There you go. Pass.
And,
there he goes
and Baker's
again.
able to explode out. Is Haynes going to be able to take the back here? No.
Baker's going to get it.
It's mind-blowing how Will Baker's able to just explode out of mount every time.
And, you know, that's one of the
Haynes
things.
is going to throw Will Baker for
yes,
no.
But that's one of them things that it's going to be hard for Bryant to adjust, right?
Yes.
That technique is working for Will in this fight. It'll be hard for Bryant to adjust that.
Yeah, I feel like that's Will Baker being able to explode out of there. That is size difference.
Oh, good takedown by Will Baker. Is Bryant getting a little tired, man? Breathing a little hard.
Bryant Haynes starting to isolate her wrist.
Looking for the triangle.
Maybe to shoot up a triangle. And there we finally get the 10-second clack after 3 rounds of not having it. 5th and final round coming up. This is anybody's fight. Feels like Will Baker's gaining momentum heading into the 5th round. That's the best position he could hope to be in.
Yeah, man. I mean, I feel like the 4th round, great round still by Bryant. I mean, he showed a lot of good things in the 4th round, but I really feel like you said, Will Baker's getting that momentum, and I really feel like this is the 5th and last round. The 3rd round is going to be the deciding factor, and I'm so glad I don't have to decide that.
Correct. Absolutely. Now, we have the best job in the house.
Yes.
Here you see on the replay, Will Baker just running forwards, overhook, tie, over-under position here. And Baker just
beautiful job.
Pulls the chair right out from underneath Bryant Haynes. Big breaths there from Will Baker in the B2 Digital Blue corner. Coach Jeff Robeson knows he's 1 round away from potentially bringing another belt home to Club MMA.
He's taking deep breaths, not because he's gassed. He's doing that to get the oxygen back into his butt muscles. He's breathing in real heavy in his nose, out his mouth. Good breathing technique. His coach is probably telling him, man, do what you're doing. Be calm. Don't do nothing stupid. Don't force anything, right?
Right.
Don't force a submission and lose position. That's what happened in the beginning of the 4th round. That's why he lost the position. But I'm going to tell you, man, I'm impressed. Everybody always talks about Bryant, how good his stand-up is. I'm really impressed with his wrestling and even his catch wrestling.
Yes,
really
absolutely. A very well-rounded fighter.
Yeah.
5th and final round here. Both guys look so fresh right now. This looks like first round for both fighters.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, jab lands there. Oh, teep to the face landed for Will Baker. Oh, is Bryant hurt?
That hurt Bryant. But
Will
he's a dog. He's old.
Baker's throwing big shots. Bryant Haynes throwing big shots back. Haynes rips a big left hook. Baker loops off. The left hook lands for Will Baker.
Here we go, the tit for tat.
Haynes is in trouble.
Oh, look
Haynes
on that. Oh, that's
full
a bad
mount now for
situation.
Will
Full
Baker.
mount.
Haynes turtles up.
This fight, he's going to get the choke in.
Baker's in on this choke. And
Good job by Bryant turning in. He's got to advance.
Baker's in on this rear naked.
No,
this is tight. This is tight.
It's on
Haynes
the chin. It's not underneath. He's fine.
And Baker,
but he's still in a
Baker
bad
uses it
situation.
to stay on top. This is a bad spot for Bryant Haynes right here. He's still fighting. He's trying to stay in this fight, but Will Baker's pouring it on right now. Referee Rob Mooney's right on top.
The
Think
fight's
about
about to be
something. This
stopped.
is it.
Stop.
Wow.
Good job, Bryant. Couldn't do anything. Great job by Will Baker. Great
Man.
fight by both of these warriors.
Great fight. An amazing fight from two amazing fighters. Neither guy had anything to hold their head about. My goodness.
Back and forth, tit for tat, and Will Baker finally solidified the tit for tat.
My goodness. And here you see on the replay, Will Baker is the truth, man, just running forwards.
He rocked him with the knee initially.
Yes. And as we said, Andy, it felt like Baker was just gaining momentum as that fight went on and on and on.
Yeah, we really started seeing it in the last 30 seconds of the third round.
Yes.
The fourth round, he really started gaining momentum, kind of solidified that round to where it was definitely a one-sided round, besides the first 10 seconds in that round. And then right here, he finishes a tough guy in Bryant Haynes. Great job by Will Baker.
Man, Will Baker is the truth. The Lion King is your new 145-pound B2 Fighting Series amateur featherweight champion. My gosh. We're going to make this one official. Here's ring announcer Lance Green.
B2 Fighting Series fans, your referee, Rob Mooney, has brought a stop to this fight at 1 minute and 20 seconds into round number 5. Your winner, by way of TKO due to strikes, and new B2 Amateur Featherweight Champion, Will Baker!
All right, guys, don't go